Hello everyone, today we're going to present our learning with AI continuity. I'm Sebastian Rocha and together with Alan Juarez we have created this video for you to show step by step how we use generative AI to understand mostly about discontinuities in functions for our survey of calculus class at Arkansas State University campus Querétaro. So let's explore together how AI like ChatGPT can support our learning processes. Our learning target is to create a video tutorial using ChatGPT to help us better understand the concept of continuity and more specifically how to identify different types of discontinuities in mathematical functions. This is the part of our effort to combine AI tools with traditional learning. We started with the initial prompt to send to ChatGPT. That is, I'm a student learning to graph functions in calculus, but I'm confused about discontinuities. Can you give me 2 examples of each type, simple and more complex? So ChatGPT responds with a structured examples for 3 main types: removable, jump, and infinite discontinuities. While helpful, we noticed we needed more depth and clarifications on the steps involved. So ChatGPT described for us the 3 types of discontinuities. Removable discontinuities are where a hole appears because of a function is undefined at a point but can be fixed. A jump discontinuity is where there's a sudden change in value, and an infinite discontinuity is where the function approaches infinite near the discontinuity point. Each was explained with both a simple and more advanced example.
To get clearer guidance, we refined our prompt and asked, can you explain how to recognize a removable discontinuity from a formula step by step? This helped us focus on one type and explore it more deeply. ChatGPT outlined the steps to identify a removable discontinuity. First, find where the function is undefined by setting the denominator equal to 0. Then, factor and simplify the expression. And last, if the limit exists at that undefined point, but the function itself is not defined or has a different value, then this discontinuity is removable. This step-by-step logic gave us a much better understanding of how to approach the topic. One example was f of x equals x squared minus 1 divided by x minus 1. We factor the numerator as x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 1, then cancel out x minus 1 from top and bottom. This gives us f of x equals x plus 1 for all x is not equal to 1. The function is undefined at x equals 1, but the limit exists. This means we have a removable discontinuity, a hole at x equals 1, that could be patched by redefining the function at that point. Another example is g of x equals x squared minus 4x plus 3 divided by x squared minus 3x plus 2. We factor both numerator and denominator, which gives us x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 1, all of that divided by x minus 2 times x minus 1. The term x minus 1 cancels out, giving x minus 3 divided by x minus 2. Although the function is undefined at x equals 1, the limit exists and is equal to 2. So this is another removable discontinuity at x equals 1.
For pros and cons of using AI, we have several advantages but also disadvantages. For advantages, it provides a quick and structured examples, and it allows to ask questions and refine them in real time. It gave both basic and advanced cases to analyze, but as well there were also limitations, like sometimes the steps were skipped or too simplified, or we still needed to verify and interpret the math ourselves. AI help us understand but do not replace our thinking.
Can this be applied elsewhere? Yes, absolutely. We also asked ChatGPT to help us with derivatives and limits, and it walked us through the quotient rule, chain rule, and more. So this kind of activity can be repeated with topics like optimization, curve sketching, definite and indefinite integrals. It's all about asking good questions and refining them to get better answers.
Is the role of the professor changing next to the AI implementation in learning scenarios? I believe the professor role is still essential even with AI. I just give examples, but the professor teaches how to think critically, understand why things work, and correct mistakes. They also help us provide better questions to ask, and that's the key when using AI effectively. So, with AI tools, the role of the professor is evolving, but it's not disappearing.
Here's our references. We only used ChatGPT. Thank you all for your attention.